Hi guys, your boy Juggalo 972 here. I'm being joined by Mischief, and she's gonna try and take up all the space here. So, another member of the family is gone. One of the OGs, Big Irish. And I myself, have spoken so highly about Big Irish, or Patrick Kidder. That's his name, Patrick Kidder Jr. You know, this not just I'm not gonna just call him a Juggalo, but this man was the inspiration for the term. He was one of many. Actually, let me correct myself. He's one of a few inspirations for the term pot positivity, but he was also the inspiration with what my channel was. Because the thing I respected most about Big Irish though was how honest he was. He didn't give a shit about likes. He didn't give a shit about dislikes. He just talked about fam, whether you had an opinion that you agreed or disagreed with or not. But Big Irish, is someone that even I've actually talked to as well. I mean, I know it sounds like a broken record whenever I say I've talked, to them as well, because a lot of folks, here in the community though, we really haven't met each other unless it'd be at the gathering at live events or just on here though, since this pandemic has been ravaging planet Earth really. But I've seen so much sadness and so much destitution and death in the past 40 days. In the field I'm in, I have seen people, with COVID, people who are in ICU, people who have, that are just aren't well off. Other people, who are post procedure, people who are basically, I don't want to say either on the brink of death though, but are in the brink of uncertainty too. And, destitution is basically, having no hope. And in a world in our world right now, though, with things being so politically incorrect and so inclusive, it's almost like we forget, you know, everybody else too. People who are actually suffering, people who actually have things going on in their lives that, or in this case, people who have questions of mortality too. It's something that we don't seem to question nowadays, though, because well, if you talk about vaccines, if you talk about this and that, along with the pandemic, it's more of an uncertainty, not just from plague though, but from others not being good to each other, others being so explosive. Not to mention the self entitled Karens walking around, being giving other people bad names too. So, and the one thing that I've always respected most about Big Irish though was how, well, for one, he always treated me good. He was always honest with me. He was always open to discussion. He talked. He was an open book. He talked about his clinical depression. He talked about his victory with testicular cancer and his battle with renal cancer. With his kidneys. And it really struck a chord with me though, because cancer, runs on both sides of my family too, and it can hit anybody. It really can. Big Irish was definitely somebody that I looked to for my own personal inspirations as well. And I'm not gonna lie, it hit me. It really did. It's so. I mean, you really can't, see it though. I mean, I haven't. I really don't shed too many tears about, from people that I really don't know personally though. But to me though, like I turned my head, for instance, whenever I woke up this morning, because I woke up at 5:30 this morning with my wife because she was getting ready for work. And I came across and I saw one of my friends on Facebook, shared this, and he was literally like on his deathbed. He was in hospice. And, when you work in hospitals and and you see people, when you see all this though, and you just kind of just it you see what you see though, and you don't picture the ones that you care about though, the ones you love, or the people that you like and respect to. Just you don't picture that. You don't put those two together. You don't put those images together in your head until you realize, shit. I forgot. We're humans all on social media though, but at the same time, we're also mortal. We're also mortals too. I was on Boy Blue's channel earlier, like around 8:30 Central this morning, I chit chatted with him as well. We talked about Nappy J. We talked about just mortality in general. Though maybe some meanings of life. I really don't remember the whole conversation. Of course, I'm prefacing, but yeah, Big Irish was definitely somebody that I took my own personal inspirations from, though, because I wanted to kind of be like him in a way, but just put a lot more of myself on. He was the grapevine to me whenever I in the Juggalo community on the internet in a lot of ways, especially whenever during the early Facebook days, and then when I first started when I first started submitting my own reviews for fakelovers.net, because my review name on fakelovers.net was Dallas Carlos Escovel. If anybody remembers that, this is from 2008 to about 2000, like 2008 to about 2011. Plus, on MySpace, I had something called Psychopathic Newsletter. It was an old newsletter that I had on MySpace, where I had like a little news hub with myself, um, my best friend and my sister. And I got a lot of that inspiration from him. And then when I started getting real busy, and then I started doing stuff with YouTube. I saw that Big Irish had a YouTube as well, a vlogging channel, and me, I was just uploading music at the time that was really hard to get a hold, just really try to get a hold of, honestly. you know and I saw that he had stuff, and the guy was an open book, man. He really was. So, and I've dealt with a lot of death lately. You know, two more personal friends of mine actually passed away recently, along with this too. Um, man, just take care of each other out there. I know we've all got issues, maybe medical issues or whatever kind of issues that we have, though. But I mean it whenever I say God bless and be good to each other, because you know, I myself, I've had to learn how to take care of myself, in a different way recently. Specifically, getting back, into the field too, and I'm learning that I need different care sometimes and different approaches too. Specifically, with the things that I love, and family in general. Though, we all need to take a step back though and look at this as a wake up call that, hey, some of us, are just leaving us. That's for Nappy J and Big Irish himself. Oh man, I still can't believe he's gone, man. I really can't. But I don't ever want to think, I don't want to be sad for him, because I know guys like Nappy J and Big Irish, would never want us to be sad. So I'll whatever reaction that I have, whether it be tears or whether it be, you know, saluting, to the fallen, whether it be with a shot of whiskey or a beer, I don't know, whatever y'all do, drink it if you got them, smoke it if you got them. Just take care of each other out there. Take care of yourselves and be there for each other too, because this is a rough year and a half that we're almost hitting. So, and I say this, from the top to the bottom of my heart too. Big Irish was the inspiration for the pot of positivity. Maybe a little bit of a Kiss was too, but Big Irish, was the inspiration for it. So Patrick Kidder Jr., I love you, brother. I love you with all my heart and soul. The fam loves you. We're gonna miss you, just like we're gonna miss Nappy J too. We love y'all. Much love. Peace. God bless. Be good to each other. Take care of each other. And most importantly, pray. If you pray for Big Irish. Or if you don't believe, just send good vibes, because his family needs it. Peace.